Today's subscription spot, we're having a look at another box from the folks over at Retro Game Treasure. This is Retro Game Treasure for February 2017. One of my favorite boxes to get in the mail is the Retro Game Treasure because every single month there's one thing I'm guaranteed, and that's a box of retro video games that I can add to my library shelf. Spot's got a substantial library of retro games. More importantly, a lot of NES games is my go-to staple. But every single month you can get a box just like this that looks like something Link would be on the quest to find. And every single month inside one of these, you'll get yourself retro video games. That sounds good to you? It sure does. I know it does. Click the link down below and subscribe today. Easy as that. Easy peasy. While we're sticking with the game of Link, while we bring in a sword, or in this case, a little small knife. This, I say small, this is Assassin. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Assassin. We're going to go ahead and cut the seal on the front of the box using said Assassin, just like that. Being, of course, the cut away from you. And really, I mean, that's to some excessive status, so you don't really necessarily need to be using a sharp knife like that. You could also get your parents, or if you have a dog that has really sharp claws, just kind of hold it out like this and hope that he just doesn't scratch you and say, here you go, Wolfie, please, just can you cut this for me? I don't know what he would charge for something like that. Maybe a dog treat. Well, let's see what we got nonetheless inside Retro Game Treasure. Website, www.retrogametreasure.com. Here's a few tips. Post your treasure picks and earn extra entries in your Boss Chest giveaways. We guarantee your games arrive working. Just email us if you have any issues. Stay retro. That's from Buck, the Mega Buck. Also, there's an email as well. Let's remove said bubble wrap. Got some goodies inside. Can't wait to see what they are. First things first. Inside, I don't know what this is. I'm assuming, though, judging by the year, it's a Famicom game. Back there. I have no idea what it's called. Oh, sorry. It's called Bokosuka Wars. I say I have no idea. It's clearly there in English. Bokosuka, whether that's the correct pronunciation or not, that is some fantastic artwork. Bokosuka Wars, 1984 from the Nintendo. Moving along, we also have, for the Super Nintendo, a game that I always wanted to get was the X-Men and Wolverine, or X-Men with Wolverine, X-Men and Spider-Man, and it's called, it says Arcade's Revenge. I always wanted to get the Spider-Man vs. X-Men, but I didn't realize the little side title was called Arcade's Revenge. This is for the Super Nintendo, coming from the folks over at LJN. I know rainbows, the LJN rainbow is somewhat of a nightmare for fans of video games, but looking forward to that. I always love Spider-Man games, though as crappy as they could be, still I look forward to playing those. And lastly, inside, we have one other thing. One of the second last things we have is Jax 64. Enter the Gecko. This is for the Nintendo 64, distributed by Midway. It's recommended for E for everyone. Haven't played this game, so I'm looking forward to popping that into that 64 system and giving it a try. And lastly, while I did think this was the last of games, the last thing we got inside was a little smaller of a title. We got ourselves Sonic Advance for, of course, the Game Boy Advance, coming from the folks over at THQ and Sega. Sonic Advance. So let's run through the games that we got in this month's box. Of course, if you got the Retro Game Treasure, let me know down below what games you got, because your box will differ from my box. That's the benefit of these being random. I could technically subscribe and have 2 of these boxes come every single month. Subscribe twice, and I'm sure each box would be different from itself, the other one. So I might even just subscribe to this 4 times. 4 different boxes, 4 different handful of games. Some would say that's excessive. Nonetheless, we got Sonic Advance, we've got Jax 64, Bokosuka Wars, if that's the correct pronunciation, and Spider-Man and X-Men Arcade's Revenge. Head over to www.retrogametreasure.com and subscribe. Get one of these boxes delivered to your house every single month. And let me know down below when you do, which games did you get in your box? We can share and discuss, and we can be besties to the resties. I don't know why I just said, but nonetheless, today's subscription spot, we were having a look at the Retro Game Treasure for February 2017. Thanks for watching. See you next time.